What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another solo Leveling Arise video. First off, thank you all for joining the 6 hour, 5.5 hour, whatever the hell we went live stream. It was bonkers. We got a lot done. So we're going to talk about a few different things. Specifically right now, we're going to talk about the salvaging event because I think a lot of people don't know about it or how it works. And we did a lot of testing and how it all pans out. Okay, so first off, don't salvage your accessories unless you're going through the event itself. Okay, if you don't go through the event, which is the May Salvage project, you're not going to be able to get the points. Okay, so these points right here will come specifically from this salvage, not from this salvage. Okay, so this salvage here is not the same. Do not sell it this way. You sell it this way, you're going to get gold. You sell it the other way, you're going to get yourself the points to get the new accessories or new items. Okay, so let's break it down for you guys on how all of this works and why this is so important. So first off, just so you guys are aware, if you guys go to the event, May's Salvage Project has the exchange shop right here. Okay. And a lot of you will be asking me, Payne, is it worthwhile getting these? Yes, it is, okay? And I'll tell you the reason why is because the substats and the main stats, you get quite a bit more from it. And then it is a lot of RNG. So it gave me freaking defense, okay? Here, this one, additional attack, gave me the worst possible stats here as well. I mean, it's not bad for like, obviously an HP unit. And then additional attack here gave me shit stats as well. So you guys can see here, these are all crappy stats to have. But now this here, and this here were drops from Cerberus on my free to play. This here was from the actual event. So the event is randomized stats. That's where it's going to get you a little bit. Okay. So, but are they still worth it? Yes, because here's the thing. On my pay to win, I got crit damage and I actually got a good attack helmet. So your RNG will matter. Okay, this right here is also worth it because it's going to let you farm a boss of your choice, or if you can go all the way to Vulcan. On my free-to-play, I can only be Cerberus, and then the Blessing stage, I can't do floor 25 yet. I'm in the red. It's 300k power. I'm at 227. So won't be able to get that done. But there are a lot of other good prizes along the way. For example, chips, etc. Right? Now, how does this all work? So let's break it down for you guys and explain to you guys what it all pans out to. So when you go to the salvage button, you're going to have the option to salvage all of these right here. Now, you need at least a minimum +1 in order to salvage. So all of your gear that you have that is at 0 is not going to matter. So what you want to do, guys, is level up your gear to a certain point, and then it will give you guys a amount you can use towards it. So for example, the +12 here gives you 164 points, +15 gives you guys 302, etc. Now, if you need to refer back to what each one gives, I've actually gone through the trouble for you and done it. A level 1 rarity does not matter. Okay, it can be a white, a blue, a purple, or a legendary. None of that matters. It's all the same points. What matters is your actual enhancement points. So +1 gives you 4 points, +2 gives you 10, +3 gives you 16, +4 gives you 25, +5 gives you 36, +6 gives you 48, +7 gives you 63, +8 gives you 79, +9 gives you 95, plus 10 gives you 119. Okay, so from here to here, it gives you 115 points. So that's going from only using regular artifact chips, it's going to give you 115 points right there. Now, if you go from 10 to 15, you get a fairly big drop. You go all the way to 302 points, which will give you guys a total difference of 183. But remember, the moment you hit 15, you start using the purple chips. Right, and those are harder to come by, so keep that in mind and how far you can go. Now, if you're pay to win, your best bet is pushing all the way to 20 because you're going to get yourself 626 point difference in total of 862 points overall. So that's a lot. That takes what? I think it takes 3 of these in order to get yourself one of the pieces that you're looking for. Okay, now people are going to ask me, Payne, are the pieces worth it? Again, in terms of sets, yes, they are. Okay, so let's go look at the sets real quick and I'll explain to you guys how this works and why it's important. So this set specifically here, you guys can see here the 4-piece set, right? First off, the 2-piece set gives you guys more damage taken, yes, but it increases your damage dealt by 10%, and that's a flat damage increase by 10%. So that's huge, guys. And then additionally, on top of that, you're also going to increase your damage up to 0.1%, stacking up to 100 times, and it's a permanent increase, and it's every second. It's massive amount of damage increase. So if you guys can get the proper stats and the proper sets, the curse effect is actually very strong, especially when you pair it with the expert set for Jinnu. Now you're going to get more attack and you're going to get damage dealt. So both of those work really well together. If you happen to get really good rolls on 4 of the pieces, you're now also getting yourself this option of rescue, which increases the user's HP. If the user hits 25% HP or less, they recover 25% of their max HP, and that can be done once. Now, here's the thing. You don't need this 4-piece set. What I would recommend is go for the 2-piece set here for these two, and then give yourself the crit set or something else that you have that'll be better, worthwhile, suited for your actual, your actual character. Now, if you have the ability to do this, you can also put in the greed set, right over here, right here, 2-piece set. When the user hits a target with an attack that deals break damage, it applies the greed effect, increases the critical hit rate by 1%, stacking up to 10 times. So if you have this 2-piece set plus the other 2-piece set, put them together. These two effects are incredible because you can see here stacks up to 10 times. So you're going to get 10% crit rate versus this, which only gives you 8%. Now this doesn't have to build up to 8% at the very least, so you are getting it right away. But obviously that extra 2% will make a difference, and you go very, very quickly, especially when you are dealing break damage to a boss. So Vulcan, all these other bosses, whenever you do any form of break damage, that will help. Now when break damage is gone, this effect, I'm not sure if it still lasts. It may not anymore, so keep that in mind. Now the 4-piece set for this is incredible as well too. Increases the user and their teammates' crit hit rate by 10% and crit hit damage by 15. So that will be a much better option if you can farm this. But of course, you actually have to do the boss fights in order to get this done. And this is why I was referring to you guys to buy those keys to do as many of those boss fights as you can. Even if the only thing you can farm is Cerberus, it's still worth it, right? Because if you look at my free to play, I'm going to go back in here. Let me see if I can enter it. Cerberus here does drop all the pieces, right? These guys also drop accessories. So if you can't get the accessories here, that's fine. You can get the hands and the feet, I believe, from Cerberus. And I think Vulcan drops everything, right? He drops everything right there. Like body pieces, head pieces, etc., right? All that stuff can be purchased not purchased, but dropped from Vulcan. Now, for free-to-play players, majority of you guys are going to be stuck here like where I'm stuck, okay? And that's okay. Again, I'm at 227 versus 300k. If you guys can push to the white, I think then it's much more doable. I got to the third boss here and ran out of time, unfortunately, but I'm also in the red. So all my units are hitting for way less. They're not doing enough damage, etc. So keep that in mind. Now you are going to want to do the blessings. You definitely want to get these blessings out of the way. These extra buffs are going to help you guys do a lot more damage or survivability, etc. Right? So you will have to at the very least get this done in order to even have a chance here. And then in order to have a chance against Vulcan, which has 350k, you're going to need to at least do this. Now, real quick, I know many of you are pissed that you guys can't finish this. It's brand new content. It's endgame content. So this is meant to be the long-term battles we do until September. Right? Keep that in mind, because July, August, September King Baron or Baron the Demon King comes out, and that's going to be the new content that we're going to be focusing on. So this content here is to allow you to farm it as much as possible, whether it's Cerberus or whoever else, in order to get high enough gear to even do those battles in the first place. By the time that comes out, these are going to be a lot easier to get, right? So just remember, it's pacing. So I know a lot of free-to-play players are upset about this. Hell, even on pay to win, I can't beat Vulcan on normal. I don't have enough power. He has 500k. I think I'm at like 4 something, and I'm in the red. A little bit in the red. Maybe not. I think I was in the white maybe, but not by much. So like I need more power on my pay to win, and that's a 4.3k account, right? So keep that in mind when you're doing this. Also, for those people who just jumped in, you do require battle tier 19. That's going to be 248k power, I believe, to even try it. And then you also need to finish chapter 10 hard mode. If you've done those things and it's telling you you can't get in, just restart the game or do a battle of some sort, and it'll reset and you'll be fine to go. Okay? So I will put this link for the spreadsheet right here for you guys in the description. Make sure you go take a look at it. This will give you guys the numbers. So I think personally for me, going to 15 is going to give you the most amount of points. That's worthwhile going for free to play. I stopped at 14 personally, I think, because I'm not using purples. So for me, 14 is good. Some of you guys might want to go to 10 and stop at 119 points. But you guys can see here, you do get a little bit more. I mean, it's technically plus 10 is the best place to stop, because if you go 119 plus 119, that's 238. It's 2 points more technically to trade in 2 pieces, right? A plus 10. So plus 10 technically is probably the best place to stop. And you'll save more gold that way as well too. So yeah, I would say suggest stopping right here as free to play. For pay to win, if you can push all the way to this, obviously you're better off. All right, guys, this is Payne. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.